Hey Gauchos, this is Marv bringing you this week's episode of Gaucho TV. Going to kick it off with this week's top 5. This week, top 5 things to remove or replace to save money. Number 5, kill your Netflix. I hate to say it, I love my Netflix, but you know you can find a lot of those movies at your local library and at a considerable savings. I'd hate to cancel my Netflix, but times are tough. I'd be willing to do it, I guess. Also, the library is, you know, kind of neat and retro and reminds you of college and fun. Okay. Number 4, trade in the mall for consignment or thrift store shopping. I was recently putting together a costume for a costume party and went to my local Savers, which is a national chain of thrift stores, and they had a lot of clothes there that I would legitimately wear in day-to-day life and at a huge savings. So if you haven't been to your local thrift store in a while, check it out. It's a good way to refresh the wardrobe and do it on the cheap. Number 3, trade in your gym membership for this little thing we call the outside world, which is a great gym, and there's a little bit of foreshadowing for later on in this week's episode. Also, you can check out your local community college. If they have a gym, you can take classes at your local community college for $35 a semester, as low as that, maybe $40 a semester. And if they have their gym, you can use your student ID to use their gym for, you know, $35 or $40 for 3 months worth of a semester versus spending $30 to $40 a month on a gym you might not even be going to every month. So, number 4, trade in trendy shopping for off-season. Instead of buying your spring stuff in spring, best time to buy spring stuff is in fall when it is on super clearance sale. And number 1, trading in your big house for a smaller, more efficient home. If you got a big old drafty house, a lot of stuff in there you could probably get rid of, sell that stuff and downsize to something that is a lot more affordable and a lot more efficient, because smaller home is going to be a little tighter. You won't have to warm it as much in the winter, cool it as much in the summer, so something to think about. That's it for this week's Top 5, and now on with this episode of Gaucho TV. Hey Gauchos, this week we're going to be talking about saving money in ways you had not previously anticipated. And what do I mean? Well, specifically this. So last night I was having trouble sleeping, there's a common thing, and I was watching late night TV infomercials, and I saw this infomercial.
Think your body can look like this 60 days from now? You need to be committed.
Dig deeper.
Now you've probably seen that one before. There's a bunch of them like it. Insanity, P90X, just a whole bunch of different like quick workouts. Don't have to go to the gym, don't need any weights, less than an hour a day, and in 60 days or 90 days or whatever it may be, you'll go from blah to totally ripped out. And sure, I guess that's possible. Not likely, but possible. The thing is, I was like, well, you know, I'd be willing to try that out for 60 days. Why not? 2 months, adding that to my regular workout routine, because I know what you're saying. Marv, you look like a guy who works out. And I do, actually. I work out pretty regularly. I go to the gym several times a week, and I think it shows. Anyway, so I figured this was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, you know, I'm not going to pay the full price, because it was 3 easy payments of $39.95, which means $120. $120? No way. Or wait, yeah, $120. Not good at math. Anyway, so I thought, oh, I wonder if I could find that someplace cheaper, because I'd be interested in trying it, but not for $120. So, grabbed my computer. Oh, look at this. I went to that old standby Craigslist. Now, I have sold a ton of stuff on Craigslist. It's a great place to sell stuff, and a pretty good place to buy stuff if you're looking for a deal on things that are lightly used, or sometimes even new. And in this case, I happened to find the entire Insanity program still in box, wrapped up, for $80. Almost half price. In fact, I'm going to send an email and ask if they'd be willing to take $60 for it. Then I would be getting it for half price. And at that price, it would totally be worth it. So, the moral of the story is, go ahead and check out Craigslist. It's birds. So the moral of the story is, if you hadn't planned on checking out Craigslist for a new thing that maybe you were on the fence about buying but thought it was too much, check it out, but be aware of scams. If it looks too good to be true, it is definitely too good to be true. I was once looking for a new car, and I checked on Craigslist, and they had a Mini Cooper on there for $5,000, and it was like a couple years old and had 10,000 miles on it, and the average going price for a used Mini Cooper that vintage was about $12,000 to $14,000. Why was it so cheap? Because I'm moving overseas, and can we transact this over the mail and just send me your banking information? The word scam was all over it. So watch out for scams, but if it's an $80 in-person transaction, you can make it in cash and make sure everything is in the box, particularly for electronics. Open up the box while they're there, make sure it's cool, check it out if it's a camera, take a couple snaps with it, make sure it's working order, otherwise don't go for it. So that's about it for this week's Gaucho TV. Use Craigslist for things that you didn't even know you might want to buy. Better than eBay and quicker. And it helps you do something that we all used to do once upon a time, get to know the people in your town, which can be nice as well. So that's it for this week. Tune in next time for another episode of Gaucho TV.